Hello, everybody. It is May the 17th, 2020. I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live when my shit is working correctly, alongside the effervescent editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Mike Tedesco, where we co-host all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following them right here on the Wrestleview channel on the YouTubes. Hello! If you're wondering why I'm kind of ambivalent or kind of, no, it's not the allergies. No, it's not that this luscious head of hair, this quarantine haircut has been weighing me down. No, it's not that. It's because a lot of you are showing up and listening to this show for a specific reason that I am not looking forward to. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that sooner or later. Yes. So, welcome to Wrestleview Weekly, the weekly show where I, myself, Doug Lackey, go over a couple of television shows, go over the big headlines of the week in pro wrestling. I've got a little segment, a little ditty I like to call the WWE Milk Carton, which is a list of performers who have not been on television, WWE television, for the past 3 weeks. That's a little number that a lot of people seem to enjoy. And then finally, a lot of stuff has happened in the past 2 weeks involving the WWE and storylines and characters and people having tiny humans inside their bellies. And so I felt now is as good a time as any to look back at our WrestleMania whiteboard. And it's only been, I think, 3 weeks since we first tried booking WrestleMania 37. And so I thought we'd look back on it and try to make what changes need to be made, and also go back over what I believe WrestleMania 37's card is going to be structured like. So, yeah, today is going to be a doozy. But before I do that, I do have to take care of some pleasantries. And first off, if you're here and first time listening to the show, thank you so much for giving me a shot, giving me a try. If you've been here for a long time, or you've been listening to me for a while, awesome! Thanks for stopping by. If you have not subscribed or liked these videos, these podcasts and stuff that we're doing, by all means, what's keeping you? Please, just subscribe to the Wrestleview channel on the YouTubes. We've got myself doing this show. We cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following them. Effervescent Mike Tedesco and the lovely queen of Wrestleview, Victoria, immediately cover Monday Night Raw after it's done airing on the USA Network. Wrestleview News is here every Saturday with Mike and the intrepid reporter Jerome Willen of Wrestleview.com. So what's keeping you from subscribing to this channel? Seriously, you have no excuse. Just as much as you have no excuse to wear a mask over your face when you go outside, you've got no excuse to subscribe to Wrestleview. To not do it. To not do it. Period. That's how it is. Okay, time to get the pleasantries out of the way. If you're in the chat room now, you say, wee! If you're not in the chat room, there's not a damn thing I can do about that. Who all is in the chat room? I see so many people that were lining up to see me accept my punishment. So let's see it. Who all is in there? Come on, let me know who you are. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I see. Mike, you messed up the stream. Yeah. I messed up the stream key, Mike. I know. YouTube is acting funny on me, going on top of all of the brand new equipment. So, yeah, there we go. There you go. He's got, Mikey's got everyone set up to a link to the stuff. Yeah. It's like I'm waiting for a raid to happen on the Twitch, you know? You're watching a video and then suddenly people just start bombarding it. But, oh boy. But, yeah, I am not looking forward to my stuff. that I've got, my punishment that I need to take here. And I'll fill you in on what it is once I get everyone filtered into the chat. Everyone is being diverted away. Everyone's going to be in the chat room now. You say, wee! Come on now. I know you're in there. You're filtering in. Come on. Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Do I have to blast out the address? Come on now. I shouldn't have to do these things. But where is everybody? Come on now. Where are you? Blast out the ad. Where are you? Come on. I know you want to show up. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. I see you filter in now. I see Gills. I see Jamel. I need to refresh my chat window. I've got to refresh that, don't I? I will do that right now. I got to refresh my chat room. I'll go ahead and look on it here. Everybody's in the chat room now. They're going, wee! I see Daniel. I see Lewis. Oh, that's the sexy hunk of man meat, Lewis. I see Mashoon. I see Gills. I see... Who else do I see? Who else is in there? Come on now. There's Lewis. Oh, that's the other Lewis. That's the other Lewis. I see him in the chat room. Who else is in there? Oh, come on. I saw Mashoon. I saw Quentin. I saw Jamel. Who else? I know Mike, the effervescent one, is in the chat room as well. They should be filtering in. Chad Cooper's in the chat room. Wee! Mike can actually say wee now. Doug E. Red, hi. How are you? CJ, wee! Leave this dumpster fire. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. All right. So, in case you all stopping into the chat room now and didn't know what's on the docket today, gonna be covering NXT and SmackDown. Gonna go over, of course, the WWE milk carton. Some headlines from the news of the week that we need to help some wrestling news websites understand what being released from the WWE means. So there's news on that one. Again, the WWE milk carton, we are now 41 deep, I believe, 41 deep on the WWE milk carton. And then finally, we're going to tackle the WrestleMania whiteboard now that Seth Rollins has gone screwed up our entire booking of WrestleMania 37. And some big large hunk that rubs his belly a lot has got a briefcase. So there's a lot of stuff we got to talk about there. Sources for today. Sources come from Old Hickory Brewing Company out of Hickory, North Carolina. We are drinking Tropicana India Pale Ale. Tropicana IPA. Describes as, we've selected the juiciest combination of hop varietals for this tropical IPA, with each sip delivering notes of mango, passion fruit, and pineapple. Drink fresh and send your taste buds to paradise. I sure will. The ABV on this guy is a thankful 7.0. We drink from the Stein of Redemption because we're gonna need to be redeemed. 7.0. Ooh. Oh, that's very light and very flavorful. Oh, that's very good. I'm glad I got this one. This will be a great chaser for... So, all right. Let's get this out of the way, I guess. So, Money in the Bank happened last Sunday. Over the past couple of weeks leading into Money in the Bank, at one point, we only knew of 5 matches on the card of this pay-per-view, and I decided, well, we'll just make this an all-lock pay-per-view. What does that mean, Doug? Well, like every other podcast, wrestling podcast, they will make predictions on pay-per-views. And no one gets every single match right, and I sure don't. But we make predictions on this show, and so if I am very confident in a prediction that I'm about to make, I will lock it. And when I lock said pick, again, I have it with the utmost confidence. But then, if that locked pick goes wrong, I am punished. And the way that I am punished is that I take a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila. So Sunday's Money in the Bank card started out as 5 matches, and so I thought, oh, hey, we'll just lock every single one of them. 5 locks? Oh, no problem. We can knock that down. The 5 matches turned into 8 the day of the pay-per-view. And on that pre-show for Money in the Bank, I said, you know what? Let's lock the whole damn thing. I am going to do 8 locks. I will lock every single pick. Not a problem. I know what's going to happen. So, of the 8 matches that happened on the show, we went 4-4. The 4 matches that we lost on were Asuka winning the women's Money in the Bank match when we had Nia Jax. Otis won the men's Money in the Bank match when we had AJ Styles winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had R-Truth defeating MVP, but then that turned out being R-Truth versus Bob Lashley, and so Lashley won. And finally, we had the Forgotten Sons winning the Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. New Day ended up retaining. So, 4 shots of this stuff. All right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We break out. I'm a man of integrity. I take what's given to me. No one else does this, okay? No one else holds their feet to the fire when they do something wrong in wrestling news or wrestling punditry, okay? So many predictions, so many wrong reports. They don't hold their feet to the fire. They don't retract themselves. They don't own up to their mistakes. And so, if I'm the only one that's going to do this, then so be it, okay? Jamel saying I should do 2 today and the other 2 next week. That was my problem today, was I was debating on doing all 4 today. I've eaten plenty of food today. I have prepared for this day, okay? I have prepared for this day. About 3 or 4 hours ago, in the span of a half hour, I ate 2 dozen chicken wings. So I've got plenty of food in the belly to absorb this disgusting stuff. Yeah. What are we going to do? We'll just see how I feel. We'll just see how I feel, okay? We'll just see how I feel. We'll do 2 right now. We're going to do 2 right now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, God, I got a whiff of it. Jamel's, Otis would be proud of that meal. Yeah, you should would, Gills. You can't even work the technology sober. Is this really a good idea, asks Gil. I know. But now I'm on. Everything's okay. Everything is fine. You guys can hear me. That's all that matters. Lewis asking, did I have sauce with those wings? They were actually chicken wings that I broiled with a very nice barbecue rub. Like a barbecue spice rub you would put on ribs. Yeah, didn't sauce them up. Nah, didn't need to sauce them up. So, all right. All right, here we go. There's the shot glass, the Cleveland Indians shot glass that I got on my 40th birthday out of Cleveland, Ohio last year. All right, Jamel, did I make the wings? Yes, I did. I absolutely did. I make all of the food. I make all the food. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't spill it. Don't spill it. Okay, there we go. Oh, boy. That's okay. We may be running low on that Luna Azul, but we have a backup. The things, the stuff I spend for this show and the amount of punishment that I take to entertain you schmucks. But I did this to myself. I did this to myself. Yeah. I'm procrastinating hard. I'm staring at the shot glass right now. CJ's got a dip early. Moving night with a lady. What? Wee! Later, CJ. Hello, lady. Nice lady. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right. Let's take this. Let's first have some sources. All right, here we go. All right. And this is the first time I'm doing shots here with the brand new mic and everything in my way, because I used to point this direction when I would do them. So I've got to go this direction now. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to keep from doing this. Okay. Doug, stop it. This is what everyone has come in for. So here we go. Everyone knows what I say. Bring the glass on up. And as always, and I always say this before I do it, here's to me not knowing shit about professional wrestling. Oh, God. I hate tequila. Straight up. Oh, God. Ugh. Thing is, too, that's kind of old. I don't know how long that bottle's been sitting there. I think it's been there for a year now. Oh, God. Do we have a bottle date on this? Do we have a date on this anywhere? Help me out here. I see a serial number. Ah. Oh, God, that's putrid. Oh, it's disgusting. All right, that's enough. Stop complaining, Doug. Stop complaining. Oh, God. It's what I do for you. It's what I do for you. Subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not entertained by this, I don't know what the hell you'll be entertained by. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that stuff. Let us go to the land of the NXTs where, let's go to the land of NXTs where there's irrelevant women's wrestling and, they're new tag team champions. I hope that the effervescent one doesn't mind me. I kind of added some extra flair to his NXT results recap. Sorry, I'm going to be sounding like Rick for a while here. Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher defending the NXT tag team titles against Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner of Imperium. What is odd about this is that Bartel and Eichner are still under the NXT UK banner on WWE's Superstar page, which I frequent on an almost daily basis to make sure that I have got everyone labeled correctly for the milk carton, and also to make sure that people still have a job. More on that to come. So Eichner and Bartel going up against a very happy-looking Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle. Stuff happens in this match where Timothy Thatcher does like some wacky-looking pretzel stuff, if I can get it to load. Not gonna do it? All right, fine then. Be that way. Fine. In the end, Matt Riddle would get thrown into Timothy Thatcher that would knock him off the apron. Timothy Thatcher is not very happy. He walks out on the match, causing Eichner and Bartel to jump all over Riddle, and thus your new tag team champions. I'm going to get this to work. There we go. At least I think it will. Are you going to work? Are you going to work? Yes, you are. This is the kind of stuff you can look forward to in Timothy Thatcher matches. If you're into that sort of thing, Goose in the chat room going, wee! Yeah. If that's the kind of thing that you're into. But anyway, Bartel and Aichner, brand new NXT Tag Team Champions. This would cause that Riddle to not be very happy with Thatcher, and so they would... I'm very sorry, but that's... How convincing of a shove is that, really? Andrew in the chat room going, wee! Really, Timothy? Nyeh. What is that? Sorry, Ebony, if you were in the other chat. God, that's so horrible. That is so, nyeh. That shove, Timothy. Come on. Oh, well. Up next on the card, Tegan Knox versus Indy Hartwell. Why? To try to convince you that Tegan Knox is still a thing and she's still doing her horrendous choke slam. She needs to stop that shit. She would win. Rhea Ripley did a monologue of some kind saying that yada yada yada, she's prepared. Matt Riddle would have a FaceTime conversation with William Regal to get a match that night against Timothy Thatcher. Okay. Sure. Interim Little Critter Championship Tournament match of Tony Nese versus Jake Atlas. Who the hell cares about this match? Their records are bad, and no one is going to even sniff that title. Jake Atlas is 2-1. Yay. I'm just going to try to fly through this. Undisputed Era doing their best on the Zoom. And by the way, since we've got all four of Undisputed Era on TV, that means, and we need to backtrack to Monday Night Raw for these slow, little mottos that I'm giving. Kyle O'Reilly off the milk carton. We hadn't seen Kyle O'Reilly since before the outbreak. I think it was about March 9th, something like that. So, yeah. Kyle O'Reilly is in Canada because he has the diabetes, and, the COVID attacks people with diabetes. So, no, he can't be over there in full sail for the stuff. Also, Monday Night Raw. Our girls. I'm just going to do this right now. Monday Night Raw. Our girls are back. Oh, my God. I was so worried. That they would never be on. I thought they were going to be released. But our girls are back.
Hey, Kayla!
The Ikonics are back on Monday Night Raw, doing what they do best.
Hey, Kayla!
They are so great. Loved them in that match. Yes, I am biased. I am incredibly biased.
You're going to be joking me.
No, I'm not joking. I love them, love them, love them. Don't care how bad they are in the ring. I don't care how horrible Billy Kay is in the ring. I need more Billy Kay in my life.
You're going to be joking me.
No, I'm not. I need all of it in my life. Anyone who hates the Ikonics right now can go lick a door handle. I don't care.
You just studied that question. Hey, you go to journalism for that?
I sure as hell did. When Raw came on the air, I DVR Raw, okay? And so I'm trying to remember what time it was. It was like 9:15. I thought, what the hell? I'll just turn it on, see what the hell is on there. There's the Ikonics in the ring with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. My girls are back!
Hey, Kayla!
All right! So, Ikonics, off the milk cart. Just had to get my enjoyment and my enthusiasm out of the way for that.
You just studied that question. Hey, you go to journalism for that?
All right. Enough of that. Karrion Kross and Scarlett do a little monologue thingy to say beware. Again, I'm just not a fan of the intro. I don't like Scarlett lip syncing the lyrics to the song. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I'm going to have to give this thing another month. I have to give Karrion Kross and Scarlett another month to see how that goes. And in that due time, we should have him having his first program with Tomato Chomper. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. But I'm optimistic, but we'll see. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez do a monologue showing that they're something. Okay, so DX, Shawn Michaels and Paul Levesque. They say it's the 25th anniversary of the In Your House pay-per-view, and so NXT is going to have another takeover. It's called Takeover In Your House. Road Dogg pops up and does a little thing. But here we go. On June 7th, in 3 weeks, is NXT Takeover In Your House. We have no idea what the card is going to be right now. Actually, if we want to throw a card together, let's see. I will definitely have Karrion Kross and Tomato Chomper. We can build that for 3 weeks. That's not a problem. Keith Lee better show up on TV sometime to have a match of some sort. We don't know. We could have a rematch for the NXT Tag Team titles where Pete Dunne actually flies back from Europe to team up with Matt Riddle to have a tag team title match. Mike brought it up in the chat room, the effervescent one. Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Definitely get that. On the women's side, we might get a triple threat between Charlotte Flair, Io Shirai, and Rhea Ripley. Or instead, we might just get Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai, and whoever wins that will go against Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's title. I think that's what's going to happen. My big one is I don't know what they're doing with Keith Lee. I don't know who they're building him up against, or I don't know. No clue. Adam Cole is the NXT champion, and I haven't even mentioned him. I don't know what's going on with that either. So, NXT TakeOver In Your House. I'm curious. I'm sure everyone that loves membering things is having a big old chubby about this, where I'll be honest, in the mid 90s, around about when I was going through high school, through my sophomore, junior, and senior years of high school, from 94 to 96, I kind of left wrestling for a little bit. I didn't watch all of the pay-per-views. I only watched the television shows. So I didn't watch a whole lot of the mid-90s pay-per-views. I've never watched an In Your House pay-per-view. I didn't. Yeah. And so this whole nostalgia kick for the In Your House set, I'm not feeling it. But if everyone else is, that's awesome. That's great. You're going to have those feels. I'm not jealous. But if that means that we get to see that set demolished, I am all for it. Okay? I am all for seeing the In Your House studio set demolished. Yeah. I'm all for it. Finn Balor versus Cameron Grimes. Reason we brought up Finn Balor facing Damian Priest is because Damian Priest kind of ran into Balor during his match to reveal that he's the one that's been attacking Finn Balor. Why? I don't know. But it doesn't matter because that's what we're getting. Cameron Grimes won the match against Finn Balor, by the way. So, yeah. Ebony saying this is an NXT special, meaning like 5 people who don't work for the show will care. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. But again, it's an In Your House, and it's an NXT show for In Your House. Oh, Goose brought it up. Thank you for reminding me, Goose. Cameron Grimes. Well, Cameron Grimes last week was off the milk carton. Not a whole lot of others are going to be off the milk carton here. At least I can't remember. Jack Gallagher versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Hey, Swerve Scott talked before this match saying like this is a do or die match for him, which means he's going to lose, and he did. Jack Gallagher with his weird tattoos won the match. Don't care. Seriously, don't care. Caden Carter versus Aaliyah. Okay, I know, Doug, this is a throwaway women's match. Why are you going, wait? Why are you saying, wait a minute? Why are you acting like this is a big deal? I liked this match only because we're getting some character progression out of someone. It's almost like how Sarah Logan was at Monday Night Raw leading into Elimination Chamber earlier this year. I really thought that they were building a great character for Sarah Logan in that she was one that hated the confines of a wrestling ring. She was a wild child, a real feral creature to where she didn't adhere to rules, something like that. But Aaliyah's character before was she was palling around with Vanessa Bourne, and they were supposed to be some kind of, beautiful people type like tandem. Not like the Iconics. Well, maybe like the Iconics, I guess. But so that's what was supposed to be happening. We haven't seen Vanessa Bourne for almost 4 months. So Aaliyah is back performing on television. Apparently, we've gotten the program that we were supposed to remember involving her and Xia Li. That is now done with. And so now what are we trying to build with? We're now trying to build that Aaliyah wants to be a part of the Robert Stone brand. So she came in and she helped out in the match with Chelsea Green versus Xia Li. And during her match with Caden Carter, out comes Robert Stone with, God, can I ask you guys something? Like, seriously here. I'll see if I can stop it here, and I need some opinions. Would I look good in those glasses? Robert Stone's glasses are these humongous black frame glasses. And he's got a very square head. He's very polygonal noggin. Would those look good on me? Would his glasses? I don't know. Because I try to figure it out putting like this, but I don't. I try to envision myself in them, and it's really difficult to. Like, I can't put boxes over my eyes and think like this. I don't know. Mashoon saying, no, you look terrible in the... Which glasses? My glasses or his? Do I look horrible in mine or his? Andrew saying, don't think so, don't get them. Because I'm going to be honest, when I was young, I used to wear glasses that looked like that on my face, except they were not black frames like that. They were more translucent frames. Yeah. That's what my glasses looked like as a kid. Gil saying, only if I turn heel. You know what? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Doug, you don't want to look like a gay middle-aged man trying to look like a hip 20-year-old. Next step is a fucking bow tie. Oh, I hear you, Ebony. Thank you. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. What if these glasses were in thick black frames? I'm sorry that I'm diverting away from wrestling, but this is what pops in my mind when I do watch wrestling, okay? Because so many people watch wrestling to identify with someone, not in how physically they look, but ethically what they do. Like they're fighting for a purpose or they're getting vengeance on someone. That's why a lot of people watch professional wrestling, because they identify with something. Like, I would think a lot of people identify with Otis, because I've seen what a lot of professional wrestling fans look like. But when it comes to me, this is the closest I think I may ever look to looking like a character in professional wrestling, other than Jim Cornette. I really don't know what I look like. I don't know who I really look like the most in professional wrestling. I don't know. But again, this just popped in my mind when I saw Robert Stone's glasses. I was like, would that work for me? Apparently not. Caden Carter ended up beating Aaliyah. Aaliyah would get no attention from Robert Stone, who is completely disappointed in her. Completely disappointed in her. Daniel saying, I don't want to look like Jim Cornette. Well, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I kind of don't. Dinner with the Garganos. Again, Johnny Gargano and Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae with her weird colored hair now. Lamenting about their past victorious stances where Candice LeRae defeated Casey Catanzaro, saying she's a ninja. No, she's not a ninja. Well, she's a warrior. No, she's not a warrior. American. Oh, okay, she's American. And Johnny Gargano defeating Double D, Dominic Dijakovic. Can we first take a sip of the sources and just say, yes, Lewis, you're still in the chat room. I wish, I can only hope that my relationship with Deanna flourishes to when we do marry, that we love each other so much that at our dinner table, we have a cup as a centerpiece. Let's just admire their relationship for just a moment here. Again, I don't think a lot of people have talked about this, but that is the cup Johnny Gargano wore to protect his jewels from LeRae's kick during his match with Tomato Chomper. Relationship goals, people. Relationship goals. Find you a loved one to where you are both perfectly comfortable to have a cup as a centerpiece at your dinner table. Hey, Mike, Mike and Victoria, what is your centerpiece at your dinner table? I gotta know. It can't be anything as worse as a cup. The cup that rested Johnny Gargano's genitalia. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I don't think there's a cup on Mike and Victoria's dinner table. All right, finally. Timothy Thatcher versus Matt Riddle. We're just going to get this over with right away. I kind of like that intro right now, Matt Riddle. You know, too often he's being happy boy, flipping off the flip-flops. I dig that. I dig that stare down where he's flicking off his flip-flops, tosses away the hat. Oh yeah, I'm digging that. I dig that stuff. Anyway, getting into the match. It's a real gritty match. This is a very, very gritty match. But Matt Riddle would end up winning this after he would turn Thatcher over on his shoulders when he had a submission on him for the win. And then Timothy Thatcher, well, yeah, he'd stomp on his foot. Yeah. And then that's the look that we get from Timothy Thatcher. He goes after Matt Riddle after the match and goes after his arm. So there you go. Lewis asking me what do homes go for in North Carolina since I'm looking at going for a new home. Oh, they range in price. From where I live, the normal price for a home around here is in the 225s, 250s. These are very nice homes alongside a lake. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Timothy Thatcher is a happy man because he is beating up Matt Riddle after he lost. What did everyone think of NXT? 65% gave it a thumbs up, and that is par for the course. Everyone enjoys NXT because nobody watches NXT. Friday night was These are dramatic pauses, and you're thinking these are dramatic pauses for effect, but they aren't really dramatic pauses for effect. It's just because I lost my place about what the hell happened on Friday Night SmackDown. It was the Otis show. It was the Otis show, and let's just get into it. All right. As always, I have to touch up Roy's SmackDown results and make sure that he spells everything correctly. God. Roy is just a special, special creature. He really, really is. Let's go ahead and start things off with Miz TV, where there's Miz and Morrison, and they're interrupted by Otis, who gyrates a lot. He tries to sit in the chair. He breaks the chair. They would show baby pictures of Otis. By God, I love this segment. I now understand why I should have picked Otis to win Money in the Bank. I should have. Because now what this does, and I'm not saying I should have picked Otis to win Money in the Bank just because I think he would be a world champion. No, that's not the point. The reason I should have picked him to win the briefcase is because that gives creative a reason to have him on TV every day. That's why he won. It is so Otis could be on SmackDown every week for a reason. Because he has the briefcase. Period. God, I love this guy. God, he's so much fun. He makes pro wrestling fun again. He really, really does. Anyone who hates him, hates it that he has this and hates it that he could be a potential... Shut up. Gil saying the chair... Yeah, near the end of this segment, the chair was replaced by someone, and Miz goes, oh, now you're doing it. You're a little late. Everything about this segment was great. Inevitably, the Miz and Morrison challenge Otis and a partner of his choosing to a match. So there you go. That's what we're getting. Hey, Johnny, if you got it, you might as well flaunt it. God, I love Otis. God, he's so great. My father would have God, he would love him. My dad watching pro wrestling right now would feel so lost right now, and I believe that Otis is the only character that he would enjoy watching. And my father, he's like, right now, how old is he? He's 69. No, he's 68. Turns 69 this year. The only characters I know that my father would enjoy watching on the current WWE product. First off, he would hate NXT. He would have nothing to do with NXT. My father, the characters that he would enjoy watching, Otis is number one. He would love watching Otis. Braun Strowman would be another one. Who else? New Day. He would have fun with New Day. My dad likes... my father likes wrestlers that are just really funny on the microphone and are just really characters. My father would love the Iconics. As long as they're on the mic and doing wacky shit. He wouldn't have been a fan of Asuka. Asuka's antics and everything during this time, I don't think he would really get into. I don't think he would laugh at, because big thing about my father is that he and I have the same viewing tendencies. What we enjoy the most is what makes us laugh the most. And it's what would make us laugh the most, okay, because of the absurdity of it all. And that's what I try to stress to all of you as professional wrestling fans is, yes, cheer for who you want to cheer for, boo who you want to boo for, go right ahead, but it's all about laughing, and it's all about enjoying yourself. Lewis asking, would he like NWA? My father would have a field day with NWA. That's what I think he would watch. He would enjoy NWA more than anything else. Not because of the nostalgia studio feel, it's because of just how absurd it is. Okay? Just, God, I know he would love the question mark and Aaron Stevens. Absolutely. He would love, James Storm and the Joker, that the tag team. James Storm, and who's the Joker that wishes he was John Cena and speaks like John Cena? Who's he teaming up with now? They're tag team champions now. Who is it? James Storm and the guy. The guy that's, let me tell you something. Let me talk to you. That guy. That guy. All right, whatever. I don't think my father would understand Orange Cassidy. Eli Drake. Thank you, Jamel. Eli Drake. That's who he's talking about. Yeah, he would enjoy Eli Drake. Yeah, my father would like Eli Drake. Yeah. He would like him. Yeah. He would get a kick out of Eli Drake. But Orange Cassidy, I don't think my father would understand. I don't think he would. My father, no, he would not like anything on NXT. So, yeah. Elias, I don't know, Jamel. I don't know. We're getting into a discussion here. And I'm sorry to bore everyone. You know, you're wanting to hear something else. And here I am talking about my father and who I think you would like. But this is kind of big, okay? It's because imagine because my father introduced me to professional wrestling when I was 5-6 years old, and we were watching primetime wrestling and seeing Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon on a late Monday night. And my father introduced me to professional wrestling that way and taught me, like, number one, that this is theater. Okay? And so what this is about is my father, who has grown up watching wrestling in the 70s into the 80s, it being the absurd, wacky stuff from that time period. When I was young and watching wrestling with my father, I hated Hulk Hogan. I thought he was a ham. I couldn't stand him. My favorite wrestlers during that time were like Big Boss Man, Undertaker, Jake the Snake, stuff like that. I was not a Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. I did not like I was not a big babyface fan, nor did I hate the mega heels. Okay. My father, he would love Baron Corbin. My father would absolutely love Baron Corbin. Just because his interactions outside of the ring, he would yell at the crowd. For example, Karen Corbin had a match against Elias. And this right here, my dad would love. He would be laughing his tail off with Corbin playing Elias's guitar and that tease off Elias and he goes off on Corbin. My dad would love that stuff. Okay? Absolutely love it. And I really don't know when I want to bring him into the current WWE product, but it's hard trying to pick that starting point, So, no, but this kind of stuff he would love. He likes that kind of stuff. But of course, a lot of other people feel like how Michael Cole does with the current WWE product. Don't you, Ebony? I mean, this is how you looked, Ebony, during the Baron Corbin Elias match, right? That was the exact pose you were doing, right? Yeah, this is what a lot of people, I think, react when it comes to the WWE. Who take professional wrestling too seriously. Oh, Ebony doesn't have a three-piece suit, so no. Oh, okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. Elias would win the match and move on in this little... By the way, Sami Zayn has been stripped of his Intercontinental title, which now we are having another tournament in the WWE to determine a champion. I can't think of another time in the WWE where there are two tournaments going on for championships. And I hate tournaments. I hate them so much. This is what all of the frickin' Cheeto munchers and dew chuggers love, are tournaments, because they'll sit there with little index cards full of the guy's name on top and the set list on the bottom, and create their own little tournaments and little brackets on their little federations. Oh, what if it's this guy versus this guy? Let me look at their index cards to see what would happen. This is for those kind of people. Fuck tournaments. I hate tournaments. They are lazy. You want to determine a champion? Battle Royal. Just a big, massive battle royale. Like how Kurt Angle won the SmackDown title a long time ago. That's how you do it, okay? So you give everyone TV time and make that match an hour and 15 minutes. Dude. Come on. Have it last 2 shows. Have it going on an entire week. You've got the Performance Center. You could do it cinematically again. Fighting throughout. Oh, whatever. They could do whatever the hell they want. But again, we're doing a tournament. So Elias defeated King Corbin. He's moving on to face whoever wins between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. On the other side, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus is happening next week. But later on in the show, we've got Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan. News about that. Otis asked Sheamus to be his tag team partner. Sheamus said no. So he's trying to figure out who should I ask, and the lovely Mandy Rose says, "Hey, why don't you go ask Braun Strowman? Why don't you go ask the Strowman of Braun?" Not a bad idea. Then this fucker shows up again. All that this tells me is this guy that calls himself The Message watches way too much TV. I know everything because I watch everything. I remember everything. So do I. I remember a lot of shit. I watch a lot of shit. All right, who is it? Yeah, I'm pretty much gathering it's Mustafa Ali. That's who I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm pretty much gathering it's Mustafa Ali. I don't know. That's just me. We haven't seen him in a while. That's why I'm saying that. Naomi versus Dana Brooke. Okay, we need to have a serious discussion here. Okay? We need to have a serious discussion here. What are we doing with Naomi? What are we doing with Naomi? Roy asks the same question. Not sure what they're doing with Naomi. They look to be pushing her now 2 defeats in a row versus Dana Brooke. Jamel hoping for a heel turn. That's kind of what I'm looking at. But let's think of the women's roster on SmackDown right now. We have a brewing mega babyface turn for Sasha Banks. Bayley is your heel female. These are really the other females we're talking about. You got Lacey Evans, who's a babyface. Dana Brooke is supposed to be the weird underdog babyface. You have Carmella, which is another babyface. We are lacking in heels. So, yeah, it's the inevitable turn. I guess it's the inevitable turn to heel for Naomi. We'll see it happen. Pretty sure. Bayley is the main heel, but yeah. Yep, that's what we got going on, I guess. Big old segment going on here between Flair, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. where I mentioned again, we're looking at Sasha Banks doing the inevitable swerve to mega super baby face. This is why.
So, challenge accepted.
She's just accepted a match against Bayley.
I have one question.
What, Charlotte? You've taken up too much time already.
The question isn't for you. So please move out of my way. Please.
I liked it better when Charlotte would just go,
Sasha. Now I want you to think long and hard about this. Are you your own woman? Or are you just going to be Bayley's lackey?
hey, say my name. Yeah, this is what we're leading up to. To a Sasha mega ultra super duper babyface turn. Everyone's gonna love her. She can do no wrong. She will become comfortable in the ring and start fucking up a ton again. Saying it right now. I am saying it right now. This will lead to complacency. It's happened before, right? We've seen it before. She's gotten in that super ultra baby face mode and trying to be, trying to do some really neat spots only to really put herself in jeopardy and others in jeopardy. You thought Nia Jax was dangerous in the ring? You should have seen Sasha Banks 3 years ago. I really, really hope that all the time that she took off 2 years ago is paid off. That she doesn't do with this again. Okay? The swerve is going to happen. She will be super, ultra, super, mega babyface. And she might relapse again. Who knows? I hope it doesn't happen. But it would not shock me if it does. Because that's what led to her going on a sabbatical in the Dominican Republic 2 years ago. Forgotten Sons did a whole montage about, how they're all former Marines and how they were forgotten. They fought for their countries. They weren't welcomed home like heroes. They were told they were mentally unstable. And they will welcome everyone with closed fists. This is why they brought the Forgotten Sons to the main roster. This is fantastic. This reminds me of Muhammad Hassan. Post 9/11, Muhammad Hassan was the Greek dressed up as the Arab. He was Greek, but he was dressed up as the Arab. And it did. You Americans treat me poorly due to 9/11. God, it was such a fantastic character. Now we're kind of getting that in reverse with the Forgotten Sons in Cutler, Blake, and Riker, where they're former Marines who, coming back from wars, don't feel that they are treated with the respect that they should be. God, this is good. I am digging this, okay? I am really digging this. I've loved it from the beginning in NXT. They've got a great theme, a great entrance. Riker looks menacing as hell with Blake and Cutler grabbing each other by the head and the beard and getting each other psyched up. This should be an act that will stick around way better than Sanity did. Sanity was hard to latch onto. Okay? This one, not so much. Lewis, man, I absolutely love Muhammad Hassan, bat heel ever. Yeah. Here's Lackey's ticket to the dark side again. Yep, it's a ticket to the dark side. Oh, God, Ebony, you've got me going. Every other guy's got a long brown hair with beard. Yep. Well, thank God one of these three guys has a shaved head and we could tell them apart. Everyone has a beard. Fuck, Ebony, what are you doing to me? Everyone has a beard now. Long black hair and goatee. Now it's everyone just has a beard. No, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. No, you're right. Dodger Ryan in the chat room. No, you're right. Blake was not in the armed forces. Blake was not a former Marine, but I do believe Cutler and Riker were. I do believe they were. Big match to talk about here. Daniel Bryan versus Drew Gulak in the Intercontinental tourney thingy. Here we go with Daniel Bryan doing the German suplex, trapping the ankle in between him and Gulak. The winner of the match would be Daniel Bryan. During this portion of them shaking hands, Daniel Bryan would say, "Thank you so much. You have made me a better wrestler." Because at the time of this taping, both he and Drew Gulak knew that this would be Drew Gulak's final match in the WWE. More news on that later on. Drew Gulak is not in with the WWE anymore. He is now an official alumni on their roster page. I must play this. Doug, why are we talking about SmackDown so much? Because of this. Okay? There is something that we need to come to terms with. Okay? And there is something that we need to admit ourselves. And I didn't even mention her name when I was listing off faces and heels in the women's division. I can't believe I left her off. And I think it's only because it's centering around a specific program against a specific person. I don't know how she will do outside of this program. But Sonya Deville has been there. You cannot compare Sonya Deville right now in the past 1 month to anything that she has done in the past 3 years. Since coming to the main roster, this is incredible. They've given her the platform, and she has excelled tremendously. No one thought this, okay? I am going to play this segment right now, where basically Sonya Deville is hyping us up for her beef with Mandy Rose. There's going to be a mixed tag match next week where these two, Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler, face off against Otis and Mandy Rose. Just take this in.
I got it. It leaves you in a double-wide trailer, barefoot with a bunch of
Talking about Mandy Rose.
It leaves you in a double-wide trailer, barefoot with a bunch of screaming little kids running around, cooking up some high-cholesterol meats on the grill, listening to Otis scream, "Asa! Babe, pass me a beer." And listen, honey, if that's the life you want to live, then by all means. But you're never gonna be a winner like me. You're never gonna have the skill, the talent, the charisma, the mind that I have. And Mandy, I have so many plans for you still. I told you I was gonna ruin your life, and I sincerely hope that you believed me from the bottom of your heart that I'm just getting started. So I want you to go home, get it together, put on your big girl panties, and just show me why you deserve to even share the same ring with me. And then we'll see you in the ring next week.
My Lord. Are you... Pardon me, I need to have some sources here. I'm going to fill these up with the rest of the can that I had on standby. She almost makes me want to take down the last two that I owe for the bad picks of Money in the Bank. first off, this is the best promo Dolph Ziggler has ever given because he didn't say a word. Okay, but this is by far one of the best promos, monologues any female has given this entire calendar year. We're nearly halfway through the year. Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, you name it. Go down the roster. I'm talking monologue. I'm talking no reactions, no ring, no nothing. You're to stare at that camera and you're to tell a story. And holy crap, did Sonya Deville tell a story throughout this entire promo. I mean, it's more than just the 57 seconds that I just played. I am thinking of the world of her right now. I don't give a shit what she does in the ring. I don't care if she starts doing flippy dippy stuff, if she starts doing Wanda Rousey stuff. I don't care. I am sold on Sonya Deville. And I'm sold even more if Dolph Ziggler is just by her corner all the time, not saying a word and just looking stone-faced. It would be even better if they're going to be doing sparring videos with each other and Sonya Deville gets the better of Dolph Ziggler. This is the best Dolph Ziggler has ever done in building up a WWE talent. Think of all the other times that Dolph Ziggler has been in the ring with someone or been alongside someone and is trying to build them up as a character, trying to give them a rub of some kind. Dare I bring up Dean Ambrose? This is one of the best promos by a female in a very long time. I would have Sonya Deville going against Mandy Rose in this mixed tag match. It's not a resolution. We're going to get Deville and Mandy Rose at Backlash is what we're going to get. Deville will go over Mandy Rose and then slowly creep her way higher up. Slowly. But man, I am digging me some of this. I'm digging me. I don't know what it is. I love this stuff. You know, powerful female putting down everyone else, and there is a guy standing next to him just like, yep, honey, you got this. That or just a subservient male. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Some people like the Japanese women. I just like the powerful women. What can I say? You guys are learning a lot more about me than you really care to know. Finally, Otis teaming up with Braun Strowman. Can you tell which one Otis is? You ever play an MMO online, or you play a fighting game of some kind, or you're playing online a video game with a lot of friends, and there's one weirdo that just does taunts the entire time while everyone is going through their inventory menu trying to make sure that they got the best armor and the best stuff equipped so that you're ready to tackle something, and there's this idiot in the background just taunting the entire time. That's what this is. That's what this is. You've got your tank, Braun Strowman. He's geared up to the nines. Leroy Jenkins. And then there's this asshole in the background doing taunts the entire time when he's supposed to be casting buffs or relieving debuffs or... Doug, we've never heard this lingo from you. There you go. As long as I've got chicken, I'm okay. By the way, it was a nice little fun tag team match. Fun little tag match. Braun and Otis would end up picking up the win. After the match, they're celebrating. Mandy Rose comes down to the ring. Braun is smitten by her coming down to the ring. Otis drops down the briefcase and looks like he's about to attack Braun. Braun turns around and Otis is like, whoa, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, big guy. Let's all celebrate. Let's all celebrate. Let's all celebrate. Nah, man, please, nah. Oh, I'm digging this. There is a lot of good stuff happening on SmackDown right now. A lot of good stuff. And don't get me wrong, Raw is looking pretty decent with Seth Rollins being shell-shocked new father, being despondent in the corner and then snapping and then not remembering what happened. But, oh God, Otis. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. What did everyone think of the show? 83% gave SmackDown a thumbs up, and that is par for the course. SmackDown always gets the best marks because nobody watches SmackDown. All right. Not a lot of news, but big news items to talk about this week. And I want to apologize in advance to the mugshot you're about to check out. Yeah. This story apparently happened while we were doing the show last week. Former WWE performer Alberto Del Rio was arrested in Texas for alleged sexual assault. This is the mugshot of him. Would you like also, last Monday, details emerged about this sexual assault incident. The allegation against Jose A. Rodriguez Chuquan. Is that right? Chuquan? Yeah. TMZ obtained the police report about the complaint made by the victim. On May the 3rd, Rodriguez Chuquan accused her of being accused the victim of being unfaithful, smashed her phone, and attempted to burn her passport. The attack began at 10 o'clock at night on May the 3rd, ended around 2:30 in the afternoon the next day. Del Rio attacked her and caused multiple injuries, choked the alleged victim, and put a sock in her mouth, inhibiting her from breathing properly. During the incident, Del Rio sexually assaulted her with his, quote, penis and other body parts. This sexual activity is emphasized as being not consensual. The alleged victim is also said that she was afraid of Del Rio and planned on leaving San Antonio. The responding officer said that he saw multiple bruises on the female. Del Rio was arrested for domestic violence and aggravated sexual assault. That is a second-degree felony. His bail was set at $50,000. He was released from jail at 3:30 in the morning last Sunday. So what was all that talk about, over the interwebs about over a month ago that Del Rio was in talks with the WWE coming back? How the hell do you guys feel now? Wasn't that the story going around almost about a month ago that this Joker was in talks of coming back again? Come on. I don't think I'm allowed to play his sounders anymore, but I kind of like them.
The product of a superior education.
No, I don't think I'm going to play him anymore. Yeah, no, I'm not going to play those sounders anymore. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of, it's a weird feeling to know that, you used to like this guy, and now look how far he's fallen, Ugh. Kind of creepy. Ugh. I mean, I really liked him in the WWE, but man, drugs do something to your brain. Doug, those weren't your sources. Well, I needed some water, okay? Come on. All right, so I spoke earlier about Drew Gulak and how he's no longer on the roster. Well, it's true. Drew Gulak's contract expired with the WWE at the end of last week. He was immediately moved to his profile was moved to the alumni section of the WWE website, and he is now currently a free agent. Websites across the interwebs were saying that he was released. That he was released from the WWE. No, not so. He worked his contract. His contract is expired. He is currently in talks with the WWE to negotiate a brand new contract. Because he's worked out the contract, he is now free to perform wherever he would like. He is not bound to the 90-day non-compete clause that everyone else is bound to when they are released. That, when released from their contract, means they cancel the contract, they pay them whatever they are owed, and then that's it. 90-day non-compete. Drew Gulak was not released. He worked out the rest of his contract, and now they're renegotiating to a new one. That's it. So everyone on the interwebs thinking, oh God, he was released. No. They're negotiating. You guys should be going bonkers about this because, Drew Gulak, he go to AEW. Oh, he go to AEW. He go back to ROH. Oh, he go back to ROH. He could reform the catch, shoot, catch people. He could reform that shit and evolve. Oh, he's going to take Matt Riddle with him, too. Everyone got worked into a frenzy over this. Gulak's contract is being renegotiated. He's right now free to perform wherever he wants. So we should treat him as not a WWE employee. Period. Until we hear otherwise. That's it. No sour grapes, no additional drama, no nothing else. It's odd, isn't it? No drama in something involving contractual talks with a WWE performer? Who'd have thunk it? I know it's odd, but it happens. People actually work through a contract, and they don't get re-signed. Because this is happening, let's throw some other weird stories into the mix involving people being signed by companies that, well, we don't really care about. Su Yung and Crazy Steve were recently signed to multi-year contracts with Impact Wrestling. Who are they? I don't know. Don't ask me. They also announced the official signing of Tasha Steelz to a contract. What's a Tasha Steelz? I don't know. I don't watch Impact. I don't know. Looks like they were just light on strong black females. I don't know. NBA Boston Celtics center Anis Kanter claims that he was offered a WWE contract. Why? I don't know. I don't watch pro basketball. I couldn't tell Enes Kanter from a hole in the wall. I don't know. Would you watch this guy? I don't think I would. There are better 7-footers right now. Shut up. Becky Lynch is selling a brand new t-shirt after announcing that she has a tiny human inside her stomach. It is, instead of the man, it is the mom. She replied to this posting from WWEshop.com saying, I can't even be mad at it because I need the formula money. Good for her, okay? Good for her. And good for the WWE to make money from someone else's sickness. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Pleasure. Finally, on the news front, the WWE announced a crossover mobile game with the King of Fighters All-Star mobile game. I don't want to dip too far into this because my incredible geek side is going to come out. But I'm a fan of the King of Fighters video game series. Okay? I wish this was more console than mobile game, but I don't care. I seriously don't care. If this was a console idea, oh God. I'll just bathe in Mountain Dew for a week, okay? But till then, nah, that's okay. But this is curious. I'm curious about this. Hearing Yori laugh after he takes out Seth Rollins, that sounds pretty good to me. All right. News on the injury front. Bring up that injury list so that everyone knows. No, don't bring up the people. Bring up the injuries. Razar with a torn bicep. He is out until SummerSlam times. Kevin Owens with an ankle injury. He had x-rays on that ankle last week. We have not heard of the results of said ankle injury, so we're planning on around SummerSlam. Becky Lynch has a baby in the belly. She's not going to be back around until next year after WrestleMania. After WrestleMania is when she'll be back. Lars Sullivan destroyed ACL and MCL. It has been well over a calendar year since we've seen him. Not sure if he's going to be returning. We don't know what's going on with him. Xavier Woods and Ember Moon are both getting over torn Achilles tendons. They will be back around SummerSlam times. Jimmy Uso, knee injury. He's not going to be back until around Survivor Series time, and that is according to the PW Insiders, who they're projecting 6 to 9 months, but they haven't received a prognosis, so that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to hold their feet to the fire. Boa, torn rotator cuff and labrum. He's not going to be back until SummerSlam times. What's a boa? Don't ask me what a boa is. He's a Chinese male, and he was brought in along the same time as Xia Li was. Fandango, dislocated elbow. It has been fully healed. He was supposed to have been back way back in last February, but instead, he's working on Southpaw Regional Wrestling Season 3.
You're gonna be joking me!
No, I'm not. And finally, Jessamine Duke, reparative surgery on both elbows. She will not be back until SummerSlam time. So those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who aren't hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on TV for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a very special list. A special list that I have just now looked at how many. We are now 35 people, 35 performers deep. I thought it was in the 40s, but no, we're around now the mid-30s. That seems about normal. It is a list that has been made famous by many who are no longer with us, and so we now have to settle for the most mediocre of all of them. I'm trying to just try to kill time until I can get my buttons right. It's a WWE milk carton. Oh, I miss the Puerto Ricans. I miss No Way Jose. I miss everyone from South America. I don't really know what the time is that I have on the milk carton walking, and so I got to kind of fly by the seat of my pants on how long he walks. You know? Gil's bringing up in the chat room, it's going to be weird not shouting, "Hey, Kayla," during the milk carton. You're absolutely right. This is going to be weird not having the Iconics on the milk carton.
Hey, Kayla!
But you know what? I'm going to find every excuse I can to play every sounder of theirs.
You're gonna be joking me!
No, I'm not. So, all right. Time for the milk carton. All right. Not really. There's only one addition to it after last week's television tapings, and that's Shotzi Blackheart. Haven't seen her since the April 22nd episode of NXT, where she teamed up with Tegan Knox to face off against Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know what's happening here. Jey Uso. Haven't seen him since the triple threat match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles that was held the SmackDown after WrestleMania between him, Big E, and The Miz. Jimmy Uso is not shown because he is injured. So this is the cat we got. We're not going to be seeing him until his brother comes back from injury. Tomato Chomper. Haven't seen him since April 15th episode of NXT, where Karrion Kross gave him a hug after he was trying to admit that Johnny Gargano is the heart and soul of NXT. Lana. Haven't seen her since the April 13th episode of Monday Night Raw, where she was at ringside during a match between Bob Lashley and the now departed No Way Jose. Oni Lorcan. Haven't seen him since his match with Aleister Black on that same episode of Monday Night Raw. It was a fun match, but I don't know what Oni Lorcan's doing right now. Tucker. Haven't seen Tucker since the April 10th episode of SmackDown, where he faced off against Dolph Ziggler. I feel so sorry for this guy. Being the third wheel, you know? Something tells me that he's going to show up when Otis decides to cash in Money in the Bank, and he's going to prevent Otis from winning it. God, I feel so sad. Sorry for this guy. He's got the charisma of an empty bucket, but damn it, he tries. He doesn't really have a look. He doesn't have, well, I guess it's now time to face facts. It's now time to face facts. Malcolm Bivens and his tag team of Induce Share. We have not seen them since the April 8th episode of NXT. Saroff and Rinku of Induce Share are incredibly green. Malcolm Bivens needs to figure out what the fuck he wants to be. Because are you funny on the Twitter or are you serious on TV? You cannot be both. Okay? You cannot be both. And that's why you're not on TV. Big Show. Haven't seen him since his dark match bout for the WWE title against Drew McIntyre that was aired on Monday Night Raw on April the 6th. The match took place as a dark match after WrestleMania the previous night. He's resting. Do we really worry about the Big Show? Danny Burch. Haven't seen him since that same episode of Monday Night Raw, where he teamed up with Oni Lorcan to face off against Cedric Alexander and Ricochet in order to verify that Cedric Alexander and Ricochet are a thing. Great job at that. Bork Laser. Haven't seen him since night 2 of WrestleMania, where he lost the WWE title to Drew McIntyre. We're not going to see him for a very long time. Mojo Rawley. Haven't seen him since night 2 of WrestleMania, where he was trying to get the 24/7 title from Rob Gronkowski and R-Truth. Rob Gronkowski has the 24/7 title. He is expected to be with it during training camp for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and R-Truth will be coming after him. Sami Zayn, stripped of that Intercontinental title that is on his shoulders. He has not been on TV since night 1 of WrestleMania on April the 4th. He's in Canada. He's not traveling. That's why. Joaquin Wilde. Haven't seen him since April Fool's Day episode of NXT on April the 1st, where he faced off against Kushida. He lost, and then he was shoved into an SUV by Los Conquistadores. Killian Dane and his receding hairline. We Haven't seen him since the March 25th episode of NXT, where he faced off. Who did you go against? You faced off against Tahuti Miles in an effort to have a squash match to verify that you are a thing. We haven't seen you since. Tyler Breeze, haven't seen him since that March 25th episode of NXT where he faced off against Austin Theory. Tyler Breeze has been performing on 205 Live on the WWE Network, so he's still finding work. He's still performing in Orlando, but he's not on WWE mainstream television or pay-per-view. He faced off against Austin Theory on March the 25th to make Austin Theory seem like a thing. Since then, Austin Theory has been in a tag team title match in WrestleMania at the age of 23 and is now a mainstay on the Monday Night Raw roster. That's how you do it. Riddick Moss. Haven't seen him since the March 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was jogging down the road of some local neighborhood, and then R-Truth came up and took his 24/7 title. He might be locked out of his home. We don't know where the hell he is. Burn. 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 Darn. Roman Reigns. Haven't seen him since the March 20th episode of SmackDown, where he signed the contract with Goldberg to face him for the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania. That match never happened. It was claimed that he was not showing up to WrestleMania due to his illness and, previous battle with leukemia, but then he had an interview with TMZ saying that, nope, family just gave birth to twins, so he's going to chill out at home and hang out with the girls or the boys or whatever tiny humans that he has until he feels well enough to come back, which means we're not seeing him back until the pandemic is over. Grizzled young veterans. Haven't seen them since the March 11th episode of NXT, where they blindsided Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle after they successfully defended the NXT Tag Team titles against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly of Undisputed Era. We had been building these guys up for 3 weeks prior to March the 11th that they are a big deal coming from NXT UK. It's been such a great deal to build them up that we haven't seen them for 2 months. Raul Mendoza. Haven't seen him since that same episode of NXT on March the 11th, where he faced off against Kushida and lost, and then was tossed into an SUV by Los Conquistadores. This further proves the theory that I have going, in that if you are scheduled for a match against Kushida, turn it down, or else you'll lose and you'll be tossed into an SUV by Los Conquistadores. AOP. Haven't seen them since the March 9th episode of Monday Night Raw, where they were part of a Teddy Long special, where they faced off. It was an 8-man tag of something. The fuck cares? Robert Roode. Haven't seen him since Elimination Chamber on March the 8th, where he was part of the SmackDown Tag Team Titles Elimination Chamber thingy. Ugh. He's in Canada. He wants nothing to do with this crap. Shorty G. Haven't seen him since the March 6th episode of SmackDown, where he approached Apollo Crews in the gorilla position before he was to face Sheamus, asking him, dude, if you want any help against Sheamus, I could be your dude. Apollo Crews says, nah, man, I'm okay. You go on way over there. Apollo Crews is now on Monday Night Raw with a kayfabe knee injury. Sheamus is building up to go against Jeff Hardy, and Shorty G is doing jack and shit. Marina Shafir. Haven't seen her since the March 4th episode of NXT, where she shoved a stick through a cage to help Roderick Strong go against Velveteen Dream. That did not happen as it planned. Ebony asking the question, honest question about the milk carton. Would any of these guys add any value to a show? No. I have been asked why I do this segment. Doug, what is the purpose of the WWE milk carton? The purpose of the WWE milk carton is that when releases happen, you are not shocked by them. When someone reappears on television, you're going, holy shit, where have they been? That's what the purpose of the WWE milk carton is. It is to keep you informed of who still has a job, who is still under contract, and how long it's been since they've been on TV, long enough for you to care. Okay? That's all. I know you're not denigrating the segment at all. I know you're not putting it down in any way. But I'm sure that some people are asking them, why do you do this? Why are you... I don't know any of these people. Why should I care? You shouldn't. It's just I'm preparing yourself. Because when the time comes, when there's going to be a mass exodus of people and everyone in the internet starts losing their shit about people losing their jobs, you'll understand why they lost their job. You'll understand why they were released. It's because they weren't on TV for over a month. I think that's fair. You shouldn't be shocked by them. Mansoor. Haven't seen him since the February 27th. The Super Showdown pay-per-view that happened out of Riyadh or Jeddah or Bismarck, South Dakota, which he faced off against Dolph Ziggler, and it just further proves that, yeah, he only performs in his hometown of South Dakota. Bronson Reed, haven't seen him since the February 26th episode of NXT, where he faced off against Killian Dane in hopes of NXT would recapture the big man match miracle stuff that Double D and Keith Lee had. Nope, nothing doing. Kona Reeves, haven't seen him since the February 19th episode of NXT, where he was dropped by Keith Lee in less than 25 seconds. Mercedes Martinez, have not seen her since the February 5th episode of NXT, where she faced off against Casey Catanzaro. In an effort, she was victorious, Martinez was, in an effort to make Mercedes Martinez look like a big deal. Good job, Casey. Good job, Mercedes. Vanessa Bourne, haven't seen her since the January 15th episode of NXT, where she took part in a big, massive battle royale to determine the number one contender for the NXT women's title that would be defended at NXT Portland. The then champ was Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair ended up winning that battle royale. Hey, Doug, why isn't Bianca Belair on the milk carton? It's because she was on Monday Night Raw giving Becky Lynch a hug. Mustafa Ali. Oh boy, take a sip of the sources. We're getting into last year, people. Ugh. Mustafa Ali. We have not seen him since the December 27th episode of SmackDown, where he was saying inspirational shit. He wasn't even in the ring. He hasn't been in the ring in 8 months. Bo Dallas. Haven't seen him since the November 15th episode of SmackDown, where he was in the ring alongside two guys who are no longer with the WWE in Curtis Axel and Drew Gulak, making fun of the now Universal Champion Braun Strowman. Why is this guy still here? I don't know. No, Bo Dallas is still with the company. Still here. If this guy ends up being the messenger, oh my God. Oh, that's fantastic. But finally, we get to the stalwart of the milk carton. There have been many people who have been called the stalwart. No Way Jose is one. Some guys who have been with the WWE for over a calendar year. and not appear on television like the Colognes. But we have the brand new stalwart of the WWE milk carton is a guy you've never heard of. And it should not, and don't be shocked by that. I'm just bringing up his name just because he is. It's Arturo Ramos. Who? Who is this guy? Arturo Ramos has not been on television since the September 18th episode of NXT. The debut episode of NXT on the USA Network. He faced off against Pete Dunne to further confirm that Pete Dunne is a thing in NXT. The countdown is on. We are officially 4 months away from Arturo Ramos becoming our brand new Golden Gallon. You become a Golden Gallon on the WWE milk carton if you have not been on television for at least 1 calendar year. It's happened twice with the Colognes. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We might have a new Golden Gallon come fall. I'll have to try to make some kind of countdown thing. You know, that's a lot of weeks to count down. I do miss the Colognes being a part of this. I really do. Ebony, the only way he stays is if he changes his number and doesn't tell anyone. No, that's true. That's true. I'm debating on knocking out the other 2 shots, but I don't think I should. Because I'm kind of feeling it right now. We got booking. Oh, crap. We've got to book WrestleMania. We've got to book WrestleMania. Because all kinds of wacky shit happened. All right. Look. Goose is telling me to do it. Of course Goose would tell me to do it. The fucking troll. I don't know if I want to. I really shouldn't take the shots because I got a feeling I'm going to need them come next week because I don't know what I'm talking about next week. I don't know what I'm doing next week because the week after that is our prediction show for NXT in your house. Daniel wants me to take the shots. No, I'm not. I will not succumb to peer pressure. I do enough for you assholes. Do it next week. Okay? All right. We got to dip into some fantasy booking here. We got to try to book WrestleMania 37 again now that Becky's got a baby in her belly. Baby has a Becky in her belly? No. Becky has a baby in her belly. Otis has a briefcase. And what the fuck were we thinking? All right. So here we go. Everyone should know by now, over at the E's headquarters in Stamford, though you were given a grand tour of it last week with the Money in the Bank ladder matches between the men and the women, over there, they have a whiteboard set up that has already got WrestleMania booked for next year. Lewis is tapping out. See you next week. WrestleMania is already booked for next year. And I think it's fun for us to try to figure out what have they got in store? You know, can we look that far ahead? Who knows what's going to be happening? Right now, the stadium that's going to be happening, SoFi Stadium, where they were hoping to have WrestleMania for next year, ain't going to be done in time. So we don't know what's happening there. So the way it's sounding is they're going to be... Last year's WrestleMania was 2 nights. I mean, this year's WrestleMania was 2 nights. Had it on Saturday from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and then Sunday from 7 to 10:30. WrestleMania for this year was 2 nights. There were 16 matches in total. 9 of them were title matches. 7 of them were grudge matches. 2 of those grudge matches were cinematic matches. Undertaker versus AJ Styles, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Of the nine matches that were title matches, they involved the Universal title, the World title, all of the women's titles on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, all the 3 tag team titles of Raw, SmackDown, and women's tag team titles, and the Intercontinental Championship. All 3 brands were involved in WrestleMania this year. From Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, Jamel's tapping out saying, "Wee!" Involving 166 performers. So, when it comes to next year's WrestleMania, how is it going to be structured? Well, question number 1, are all 3 brands going to be represented? Of course they are, because NXT is part of the main roster. They have a television show just like Raw and SmackDown. Will WrestleMania 37 be 2 nights? Yes, it will. With NXT in the main roster, the takeover shows are now irrelevant leading up to those big 4 shows. Also, with SoFi Stadium not going to be in the mix, you're given way more opportunity to have a 2-night WrestleMania. How many matches are going to be at WrestleMania 37? We're imagining 16 to 20 matches. With NXT already established, there are more performers that are going to be recognizable. And so TakeOver becomes essentially WrestleMania Saturday. Are there going to be cinematic matches? Absolutely. This was confirmed over the first quarter press conference that they had for their financials this year. There will be more cinematic matches. We had it last week with the Money in the Bank ladder matches on the men's and the women's side. How many title matches are going to be at WrestleMania 37? There's going to be at least a dozen. There are right now 14 titles involved in the main roster. Universal, World, NXT, the women's on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, your Intercontinental, United States, and NXT North American, Tag Team Championships on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, Women's Tag Team titles, and the Little Critter title. Of those 14 titles, 12 of them are going to be defended at WrestleMania. So, how is this going to be structured? 2 nights, 18 matches for WrestleMania 37. 2 nights, 9 matches each night. 18 matches in all, 12 of them being title matches, 4 of them grudge matches, 2 of them being cinematic grudge matches. You got it? This is what WrestleMania 37 is going to be. 2 nights, 9 matches each night, 12 titles, 4 grudge matches, 2 cinematic matches. Let's get down to it. All right, I'm going to fix up my webcam so that you can see what the hell we've been doing here. Let me switch off. Got to get to normal version. There we go. Okay, so about a month ago, I think it was post WrestleMania 36, we attempted to book WrestleMania 37. After the realization that Becky has a tiny human inside her stomach, and Otis has a briefcase, we need to revisit this whiteboard. So, bear with me. Here we go. This is where your creativity on being a member of the chat room comes in handy, because I need your input on things, and it's fun. Come on. Everyone does this. Everyone who is a pro wrestling fan, fantasy books, okay? And it's fine if we're wrong. There's nothing wrong with us being wrong. In fact, what happens when we're wrong? So, all right, break out the whiteboard. All right. Breaking out the whiteboard. Here we go. All right. So here we go. All right. Can y'all see that? I'm trying to get better sight. There we go. All right. Night 1. We've got Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title. SmackDown Women's title, it's a clusterfuck. Raw Tag Team title is a clusterfuck. I don't know why I've got the grizzled young veterans versus someone here for NXT, but I got a feeling this is, I don't know. I think this was for the NXT tag team titles. I'm not sure. We had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics for the women's tag team titles. Looks like that's being hot-shotted a little bit earlier. We had Aleister Black versus Randall Orton. This might be hanging on for a while. We still have 3 grudge matches, and one of those being a cinematic match. We have yet to book that. On the night 2 side, we have got Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, facing Burt for the SmackDown, the Universal title is what we've got there. We had Becky Lynch facing Wanda Rousey because Wanda Rousey's contract ends at WrestleMania next year. So Wanda Rousey is still slated to be a part of this thing. We have for the NXT Women's title, Charlotte Flair defending against Candice LeRae and Toni Storm is who we've got there. Yeah, Toni Storm is known as thick, in my opinion, because Toni Storm never skips leg day. We have a SmackDown tag team title clusterfuck is what's going on there. Over down here is for the NXT Championship. Keith Lee versus Seth Rollins. I don't know why I've got that. It was very ambitious. But we might change that. Down here, I think is for the Intercontinental title. I think we got Daniel Bryan versus Karen Bourbon. This could definitely still happen with what's happening in the Intercontinental title tourney. And finally, 3 grudge matches, and one of those being a cinematic match, has yet to be determined. All right. So, turning this back around. Here we go. Let's look over this. First off, let me grab something. Becky Lynch and Wanda Rousey is off. So right now, Asuka is your Raw Women's Champion. We have no freaking clue what's happening on the Raw side when it comes to the women. None whatsoever. Okay? I don't know. I don't see Asuka holding the title going, and if she does, it's going to be for when Becky Lynch comes back. Is that what we're looking at? I got a feeling that's what we're looking at. We're looking at Asuka versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Do you think Becky Lynch is going to be ready to go at WrestleMania? How long has she been peppermint? How long has Becky Lynch had a tiny human jesting up her gutty works? Think she'll be back for WrestleMania? Ebony's saying she doesn't think Becky Lynch is coming back for WrestleMania. Then what do we build if we're going to have Asuka keep the title? Can we build a babyface high enough to face her? Who is on Raw right now that can do that? I don't know. Andrew saying that Becky Lynch is due in December. That gives her plenty enough time to heal. I don't know. I just can't see. That would be so horrible. Being a placeholder for someone when they come back with having a baby in their belly. No, that's not. No. I'm booking this right now. I am booking this right now. Asuka is not going to be the Raw Women's Champion. No. Becky Lynch will come back at WrestleMania. She'll be back before WrestleMania. She'll be back in time for Elimination Chamber. Becky Lynch is going to go after her vacated Raw Women's title against Shayna Baszler. I don't have any faith in Wanda Rousey coming back. No, I really don't. If she does come back, it's going to be in SmackDown. Why repeat the feud? Well, because Shayna will have the title. I can't see Bianca Belair having it. You think if we're gonna book Bianca Belair up high enough, you're gonna have her go against Asuka? It ain't against Shayna. I'll go ahead and scratch that. I'll scratch that rematch. What do you guys think? Naomi said she wants to team up. There's a lot of things that Naomi says that she wants to do, and it ain't happening, okay? Maybe if she was doing a little better, she'd get what she wants. Who is on, and it really doesn't matter who is specifically on Raw, okay? Everyone can be everywhere. It doesn't matter, okay? The way it's looking right now, I see Asuka dropping the title. I see Asuka dropping the title to, if we're going to try to build a face, it's going to be Shayna Baszler. If we're going to try to build a face at WrestleMania, it's going to be built on Shayna Baszler. She will be the champ. Whoever the baby face is we want to build, that's who she's going against. Asuka is not here to go to WrestleMania. If she's to go to WrestleMania, we don't even know what she is right now. We don't know if she's a heel or a face right now because she hugged the new mom, but she also beat the shit out of the new mom earlier in the year. We don't know what's happening. I am not going to do Raw Women's title clusterfuck. I need definition. Well, you know what? I'm going to go and say clusterfuck on this one, and then we're going to try to define the other ones that I did put clusterfuck on. Yeah. That's what I'll do. I think we have way more definition going on SmackDown. So it's going to be a Raw Women clusterfuck. All right, we don't know. Right now, so far on this card, I've got 5 clusterfucks. We've got to tone this shit down. All right, next up. We've got to cross out the women's tag team title match. Women's tag team title match, we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics. That looks like that's happening very, very soon. So none of that. We're not having that. What are we having? Are we going to have a clusterfuck on that one too? Probably are. Probably are. Probably going to have a clusterfuck with the women's tag team titles. I don't know. The Iconics are going to win them. It's going to be it's going to be a really hot potato. It's going to be a hot potato between those two. Michonne is saying a clusterfuck. Ebony's saying you'd have Lacey team up with someone. Andrew's saying the Iconics will be the champs by WrestleMania. Absolutely, I see that. Huh. Something has got to build on Raw or SmackDown or NXT for someone to go up against the Iconics. Well, first off, I know the Iconics are going to be in it, so I'm writing them in. Iconics are going in. Who are they facing, though? I'm not doing a clusterfuck. I've already got 5. Can't do it. Lacey and Natalya? Lacey and Natalya? Carmella and somebody? Nia Jax and somebody? Nia Jax and Tamina would be fun. Dakota and Raquel, says Gills. Yeah, I definitely see that. I was almost thinking Chelsea Green and Aaliyah, but right now, Dakota and Raquel does sound like the way to go. Ebony saying Nia by herself. I would do a handicap match. Absolutely. I would so do Nia Jax. I would so do Nia Jax in a 2-on-1 handicap. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't care right now. I really don't. Iconics versus Nia Jax in a 2-on-1 handicap. No, Gil's saying the Nia squashing the Iconics. No, that's not going to happen. The Iconics will win. No, Iconics will win. They'll do a lot of cheating to win the match. Okay, they'll do a lot of cheating to win that match. Okay, we got to break down some of these clusterfucks. Okay, SmackDown Women's Title clusterfuck. Right now, we're seeing stuff brew where Sasha Banks is going to be super duper ultra mega babyface. Are we going to wait all the way until WrestleMania to have Bayley versus Sasha Banks? I can't see us waiting that long. I don't see us waiting that long for Sasha Banks Bayley at WrestleMania. I see Ebony saying Sonya versus Mandy. I see Andrew saying Sonya versus Sasha. The thing is, I'm totally riding the Sonya bandwagon, but not right now. Not right now. We may change that later on in the year, okay? But right now, it's not proven yet. We need to see what Sonya Deville can do outside of the Mandy Rose program. So we can't do that right now. Right now, the way it's looking to me, Andrew saying thinks Sonya will be champ. I totally see you. I see that. My thing is, Gills is saying Bayley Sasha at WrestleMania 45. Machoon going, that'd be a something match. Karen versus Mandy. Yeah, Karen versus Mandy wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be bad. I mean, we could still be on the clusterfuck front, but the thing is, if we're doing that, we're depending on Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose to continue. This program cannot go for a calendar year. Ebony saying you'd have Carmella be Sonya's next gig? Yes. Sonya will go after whoever thinks that they're entitled to title matches and stuff, is what she'll do. Mandy Rose is going to be Otis's valet. It's happening, okay? I can't put Sonya in this main event yet. But I know what I can do. I can have Sasha Banks inevitably winning the NXT title from Karen. And I can see Charlotte being a part of it too. I could see Charlotte being part of it, but she's part of NXT. But I got a feeling the NXT Charlotte experiment is going to be waning here. So, this is going to be tough. This is really tough on the SmackDown women's title side. I'm not going to have a clusterfuck. I need a match of some kind. I am going to have a triple threat. I'm going to have it Sasha, Karen, and Flair. I'm going to have Sasha, Karen, and Flair in a triple threat for the SmackDown Women's title. Basing it off of that promo that they did earlier last Friday, I think that's fair. Gills bringing it up. Yep, Tucker returns to stop Mandy from manipulating. Oh, God. You guys are doing it. You're working. You're doing very good on that one. That's a good one. You're doing very good on that. To try to woo the Otis character off of Mandy Rose later on. You guys are good. Ebony saying you guys are cynical fucks. So now that I've injected Flair into the SmackDown Women's title picture, it's now time to look at the NXT Women's title picture. We had a triple threat between Charlotte Flair, Candice LeRae, and Toni Storm. That's not happening. That's very far-fetched. Candice LeRae is going to be SmackDown. Well, Candice LeRae will become NXT Women's Champion. Who is the baby's face that'll face her? Is there a baby face on NXT that can face her? I don't know of one at all on NXT. They are incredibly short on babyface women on NXT. They are not good. They only got Rhea Ripley. And I'm just not, I don't know. Rhea Ripley and LeRae? I guess? Rhea Ripley and LeRae? Yeah. That's what it's looking like. Yeah. I'll do LeRae and Ripley. I'll do LeRae and Ripley. Because right now they don't have any babyface women set up. All right, what are the other clusterfucks? Raw tag team clusterfuck? No, I'm not dipping into the Raw tag team titles. Scratch that. I think we've gotten a lot. SmackDown tag team clusterfuck. Yeah, we're going to keep the tag team clusterfucks. We don't know. Kyrie, I'm not sending Kyrie back to NXT, Gills. No, she's having too much fun with Asuka. I got to keep all of them over there. I'm bringing Io Shirai to the main roster to set up a stable with the women. Oh, you heard that. I'm glad you did. All right. Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, I can still see happening. Grizzled young veterans for the NXT tag team titles against somebody. Sure, I guess. Aleister Black versus Randy Orton sounds good. I'm not gonna change that. I still like that. Daniel Bryan versus Karen Corbin, I'm still loving. Bray Wyatt versus Burton, still loving that. I feel like we still need grudge matches. Okay? So let me do this so you can see my face here, so you can see my reactions, because everything is determined by my reactions. So, Shotzi versus Candice, says Dodge. Shotzi is on the milk carton right now. I can't put someone on the milk carton on WrestleMania. No. Can't do that. All right. So if you saw me, I'm erasing some things. Damn it. I turned on my DVD player. You get out of my way. I got too much shit everywhere. I don't have enough space. All right. We need to book. I want to book a grudge match on both nights, okay? I still have 3 grudge matches and a cinematic match, and one of those being a cinematic match on each night, okay? So, I'm just making the note on here that we still have 2 grudge matches and a cinematic match to do on each night. All right. We need to do some grudge matches. Goose saying I could pen Karrion Kross and Tomato Ciampa. No, that's happening well before WrestleMania. That's happening well before WrestleMania. No. I think I have Aleister Black and Randy Orton being for the United States title. Yeah. These are all title matches that I booked. So yeah, we are absolute grudge matches is what we're looking at. Triple H to get a cinematic match because he's due. Well, Triple H will get whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, Paul Levesque gets what he wants. Huh. What are we doing for grudge matches? Gil's asking Taker in a cinematic again? No. Taker, no. Taker's not doing anything. No. Boneyard 2, Electric Boogaloo. Dodger Ryan saying Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor right now, I don't know what he is. And that's par for the course with NXT because you never know who the baby faces and heels are. So, I don't know. I do see Karrion Kross doing something. But he's only had one match and he really hasn't been built, so I don't think it's wise to book him in WrestleMania just yet. Goose, Balor, Wyatt? No, we got Bray Wyatt booked for Burden. I know what a Finn Balor was before. No, we're not doing Demon versus Fiend. Roman Reigns has got to vanquish the Fiend next year. That's what we're doing. Oh, God, Andrew. Otis versus Tucker. Oh. God, that tugs at my heartstrings. Otis versus Tucker tugs at my heartstrings. We are not getting... No, we're not getting a women's... No. Well, hold on. Let's think about women's grudge matches here. Mashoon brings it up in there. A women's grudge match between Asuka and Kairi. No, I don't see that. But let's think about a women's grudge match happening at WrestleMania. Okay? You want to have Mandy versus Sonya again? How about that being a Falls Count Anywhere? How about giving them the booking of Randy Orton and Edge? No, we can't do that. We can't do this for a whole calendar year, guys. No. They aren't John Cena and The Rock, guys. Come on. Right now, on the women's side, who do I not have booked? I don't have Bianca Belair booked. Charlotte's in a triple threat, Gills. Can't do that. You are repeating fucking Shane and Becky. No, Ebony, I'm not booking. I have a Raw women's clusterfuck right now. I would love to book Shane and Becky again, but no. I just couldn't. You talked me out of it. Oh, Dodger Ryan, you're reading my mind. Lacey Evans versus Bianca Belair. Oh, that reeks of so much tension. Oh, that's got so much tension. I want to do that. I want that. That can be booked. Lacey Evans and Bianca Belair. Yeah. Oh, God. So much tension. Oh, unwanted tension. Okay, there we go. That's better. Lacey and Bianca. All right, that's my first grudge match. All right. Second grudge match. Who do I not have on this card? Let me see. Who do I not have on this card? I've got Rollins versus Keith Lee. I guess I'll keep that. I've got Daniel Bryan and Karen Bourbon. Who do I not have on this card? Nakamura, Cesaro, Zayn. I don't have them. Who else? Alexa Bliss versus Nikki. Shh, no. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have Alexa Bliss booked. We don't have Bliss or Cross booked. I don't have Cena booked. Well, Cena's lost in himself, after his match. Who else can have a grudge match here? Who else? Just name some names. Kevin Owens. Goose brought up Kevin Owens. I don't have Owens booked. I don't have Owens booked anywhere on this card. Unless I'm going to have Owens in a triple threat for the Raw title. I don't. Tyler, welcome to the show. Yeah, I don't have Edge booked. Goose saying Owens versus Undertaker. No, stop it. Undertaker is not having a match. Stop it. Machoon being Owens versus Lashley. I don't. Nakamura versus Cesaro, said Dodger Ryan. It sounds good, but we can't relive the great stuff that Cesaro and Sheamus gave us. Ebony fits it right. Owens feels like if he's inserted, it's an obligation instead of an actual fit. I'll put Kevin Owens on this card. Owens Edge, says Goose. I don't know. I don't know where Owens should be here. I don't know where Kevin Owens should be just because he's left his program with Seth Rollins and he hasn't been on TV because he's injured. Okay? Right now, and Strowman's not on the card either. I don't have Braun Strowman on this card. I don't have Braun Strowman on the card. I don't have Kevin Owens on the card. I don't have Otis on the card. Otis Strowman. I think I saw that. Ebony saying Braun versus Otis after Otis does a fake out one time too many. Braun Strowman having a match against Bray Wyatt, but this time he's the Fiend. Otis comes down to try to cash in. He loses. He distracts Strowman. Fiend wins. Otis comes down to cash in. Fiend takes him out. I'm not having the big show in this, Machoon. No, I'm not having the big show. He's on the milk carton. I'm not having someone from the milk carton be on the WrestleMania card. In fact, that's what I'm looking at. Right now on my card, Burdern is the only one that is on the milk carton who is on the WrestleMania card, and I believe that's warranted. Tucker, Braun Strowman? Really, Ebony? Really? Otis Tucker sounds good to me. Otis Tucker, you know. Tucker Braun, though? Tucker's on the milk carton. Brock Lesnar's on the milk carton. I think what I'm going to do right now for a grudge match... I think for a grudge match, I'm going to do Otis Strowman. No, Otis Tucker. Otis versus Tucker. For now. I mean, this isn't set in stone. Okay? Because Lord knows we're making a lot of changes to this right now. Otis Tucker sounds like a pretty safe one to do. And Tucker's on the milk carton, Doug. What are you doing? It sounds a lot better than Braun Strowman versus Tucker. Sorry, Ebony. All right. Here we go. So, on the whiteboard. All right. Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title. Triple threat for the Raw SmackDown Women's title involving Sasha, Karen, and Charlotte Flair. We got a Raw Tag Team title clusterfuck. For the NXT Tag Team titles, it's going to be Grizzled Young Veterans versus who the hell knows. Raw Women, the Women's Tag Team titles, it's going to be Iconics versus Nia Jax in a handicap match. God, that sounds fantastic. Aleister Black versus Randy Orton for the Intercontinental title or United States title or, yeah, United States title, whatever the fuck it is they got over at Raw. Lacey Evans versus Bianca Belair in a grudge match. And we still have 2 grudge matches and one of them being a cinematic match to schedule for night 1. Over on night 2. Nah. The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Bird. A Raw Women's title clusterfuck of a match. For the NXT Women's title, Candice LeRae versus Rhea Ripley. We have a SmackDown Tag Team title clusterfuck. Keith Lee versus Seth Rollins for the NXT title. Daniel Bryan versus Karen Bourbon for the Intercontinental title. A grudge match involving Otis and Tucker. And we still have 2 grudge matches and a cinematic match to book for night 2. And so there we go. That is WrestleMania for next year. And that's how it's going to be. It will not change. Nothing's going to change. Nope. It'll be the same. And we will never go back to this whiteboard ever again. We have already picked out who's going to win the Royal Rumble and all of that good stuff. So there's no point in anything. All of my picks are going to be correct. Every lock that I do is going to be correct. And I am not going to taste this shit again. Until next week when I have to take 2 shots. Thank you all so much for showing up to this train wreck of a show that's going to be happening again next week because I owe 2 shots of tequila for next week's show. Not sure what we're going to talk about on next week's show. Not sure what we're going to talk about. I really want to dive into AEW. I really want to, but my DVR has been an asshole. So we'll find out. We'll find out what we're going to talk about. I don't want to lead you on. But if you enjoyed the show, subscribe, like it. Please. It'd be really cool. I'd really like you. Show up into the chat room. Say wee like everyone else is. You know, be a part of the fantasy booking nonsense that this show is all about, where a lot of drinking is involved. And if you're not subscribing for my show, that's fine. Subscribe for Mike and Victoria's show that follows Monday Night Raw, where they actually have sober discussions about professional wrestling. Saturdays, Wrestleview News with Mike and the intrepid reporter, Jerome Willen, going over everything involving the headlines of the WWE and the NXT and the AEW and the New Japan and blah, 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 blah. And then Wrestleview Live with myself and Mike Tedesco, where we cover all the major WWE pay-per-views. I got my stuff fixed, so that ain't happening again. Thank you all so much for showing up, stopping by, subscribe. It'd be really cool. I got to get some food in me. I need a cigarette badly after this show. So, take it easy. Be safe. Wear a mask. Don't be an asshole. And as always, know when you're being sold to.